Hey, Weirdos. I'm Ash.
And I'm Elena.
And this is Morbid.
See? And this is why I wouldn't do that.
I'm sick, and I committed.
But also, like I said, I don't know if it's already on camera, but I think I'm scarier than any voice I could conjure.
She is.
So,
Well, welcome to episode 666.
yay!
In case you couldn't tell, we're the devil.
Yeah, it's the satanic episode.
Yeah,
It's the episode of the beast.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
I really like the difference between our renditions of devils.
I also love that. We didn't really
Talk about it.
yeah, we didn't confer with each other about what we were going to do.
We just said, dress up like the devil.
And then Ash walked into the room and said, and I
I'm the
was like,
devil.
yep.
I walked into the room and I said, the devil is alive.
She did. Can confirm.
And then she walked in the room with blood dripping
Yeah.
down her face. And I said, that's about right.
we said this works.
I said, that's my sister.
Yeah. We were going to do Hot Priests, but we thought this would be more fun.
Yeah.
So, because I saw some people be like, come on, do Hot Priests.
Maybe Sunday.
We thought this would be more fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we have something else for the next one, though. That's going to be fun, too.
Yeah, I already
We've
have all my
thought of
stuff
it.
for that, too.
Me, too.
Yeah, we have the same rosary.
It's true. This is part of that next costume.
That's a hint.
So, just saying.
Well, it's Listener Tales, episode 666, and it's brought to you by you, for you, from you, and all about you.
And we're going to be doing, demonic tales?
Diamonds.
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 We're going to be doing diamonds.
Let's do it. Are you going first or am I?
I'll go first.
All right, I'll close my computer.
Why not?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it open because gloves.
Because
And then I have to, type and
I didn't put on my gloves.
put on your stupid gloves.
I need to put on my gloves.
And we're back.
I have my gloves.
Elena has her gloves.
I have my gloves.
I like those.
Right?
Are you just going to wear those in life now?
Yeah, most of this I'm just going to wear again.
I feel like that could be very aesthetic as a noun.
Aesthetic.
For the Ghost concert
Oh.
with your jacket that I got you.
Oh, I should wear these for the ghost concert.
should.
Good call.
You're welcome.
All right. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Okay. So where am I starting?
At the beginning.
At the beginning is a great place to start. Let's go with demon, sleep paralysis, mimic. It's crazy out here.
It is crazy out here.
Hey, ladies, I've attached a 14 points double-spaced putafa for your reading pleasure. I have 3 stories. 2 about sleep paralysis, maybe 1 is a demon, and 1 about a mimic.
Mimics scare the shit out of me.
Mimics actually scare the shit out of me as well.
Yeah, because you have one.
Yeah. Oh, I do. You're right. Mm-hmm. Shit.
I know.
Shit. All right. Hi, y'all. My name is Cody. Feel free to use it. Hi, Cody.
Hi, Cody. I was about to say fricka Slim Shady.
There you go. I like that.
But fricka Cody.
Cody. I love you guys so much. I love you, Cody.
Love.
I love you.
I love you.
I started listening at the beginning of 2024 and have since caught up and am re-listening to old episodes. That's actually incredibly impressive.
That is impressive. That's wild.
Yeah. It's currently April 2025 for reference. I broke my arm last March and was on leave for 3 months, so I had plenty of free time to listen to you guys. So thanks for keeping me company during that incredibly long recovery period.
You betcha.
I also listen to you all day during work, on my way to and from work, and most times while making dinner. It never fails whenever my husband comes into the kitchen. You happen to be talking about something wildly disturbing, and he questions my sanity for listening to such things with enjoyment.
That happens a lot.
I've even gotten my 13-year-old stepson and 10-year-old nephew into you guys. Mostly they love listener tales and request it whenever we get in the vehicle.
Aww.
Keep being your awesome selves.
Thank you.
I love you.
We will.
P.S. Elena, I read The Butcher and the Wren in 2 days. It was so good. Thank you.
I
That's
gotta
amazing.
read The Butcher Game.
I'm currently waiting for the second one to be delivered so I can read that one.
Boom.
Ash, you in the earlier episodes remind me so much of myself when I was also in my early 20s.
Aww.
I think we're close to the same age. I just turned 30 on St. Patty's Day, 2025.
Yep.
You ladies are the best. Never change. You're fucking the best.
You're really nice.
Okay, on to the story now. I have a couple of stories to tell. The first one being the time I had sleep paralysis, or maybe a bad nightmare, or maybe a real daemon. You decide.
God.
My husband's sleep paralysis story and my sister-in-law's mimic story. So hold on to your butts because these are crazy. I currently live in my childhood home in North Dakota with my husband and 2 children. It is a 121-year-old schoolhouse in the country.
Oh, that's cool and creepy.
I'm already for this.
I like it.
Now, I've lived here almost my entire 30 years of being alive, and while I've had some spooky dreams and felt uncomfortable in certain rooms, mainly in the finished attic, nothing real crazy has happened here paranormal-wise. My friends always told me in high school they were sure it was haunted, but I think they just thought that due to the age and the fact that it was an old school. Fun fact, my piano teacher from middle/high school actually taught here when it was a school. My personal feeling is I have lived here this long and nothing bad has happened, so if there are ghosts here, they must be nice.
Yeah, there you go.
The primary bedroom is currently in the basement. While basements often get a bad rep, I've never felt uncomfortable down there.
Okay,
unless I
good.
just finished watching a scary movie in bed and have to get up to pee.
I feel uncomfortable everywhere if I just watched a scary movie and I
Yes.
have to get up and pee.
Same. Now, even though the house is 121 years old, it's very modern appearing as far as decor and whatnot. Anyway, let me set the scene. I slept with my side of the bed closest to the door, and typically I slept on my stomach with my head facing away from the door.
How do people do that?
I
Do you sleep
know.
on your stomach?
No,
I
I'm
can't.
a side sleeper or sometimes a back sleeper.
Me too.
At this time, roughly 2 years ago, we had my almost 3-year-old daughter in our room in her own bed, probably about 20 feet from our bed. It's a very spacious room. As most children do, they often scared the shit out of me in the middle of the night by tapping me lightly. I think we just had a daemon, by the way.
I heard that.
We're talking about tapping and something tapped on the door.
Or is it John? I think it's well,
It's John or it's a demon, okay?
it's a Jamin.
It's a Jamin. It's a Dawn or a Jamin.
I like Jamin.
I like Jamin.
Jamin.
All right, that's what it is. It's a Jamin. All right, so as most children do, she often scared the shit out of me in the middle of the night by tapping me lightly or just staring at me until I turned over and saw her because she wanted to crawl into bed with us.
Your kids love to do that when
was
they sleep
just
over
gonna
my house. They don't wake me up, actually.
No.
They used to. So when it was the 2 oldest that would come sleep over, they'd be like, Titi!
Titty!
Now they send the youngest in, and she just stares at me until
yeah.
I wake up.
Yep. The youngest will come up to me in the middle of the night if she has like a bad dream or something. And she always comes to my side of the bed. No matter what, they come to Mama's side of the bed. It's just always. And like John is the first line of defense, but somehow they just go right around.
Same with Drew, yeah.
Always. So, and she just gets right in my face and goes, Mama, Mama, until I wake up and I'm like, "Ah!"
And she's like right there.
It's so scary.
You're like, hi. Yeah, the last time they slept over, I woke up and they were just like, boom.
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
are
oh,
little diamonds.
Hey, girl.
They also, when they come downstairs, they creep downstairs. Like if they come down to like tell us they need water or something like that or a bad dream, and they'll creep around the corner and always just pop their head a little bit out so we don't hear them coming. And then I just hear, Mama. Mama. And it's like, ah! Like every single time I'm like, you have taken years off of my life, girl.
That's what they're here for.
But damn. All right. So that's what this child's doing. So she wanted to crawl in bed with us. This particular night was no different. I could hear the little footsteps walking towards me like they did most nights. But then I realized she was already in my bed. So those footsteps couldn't be her.
That's upsetting.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that. I got an overwhelming sense of dread and chose not to turn my head as I was not about to face whatever the fuck just shuffled its spooky ass over to me.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you.
As I lay there in fear, this thing started petting my fucking head. No.
All I
No.
have to say is blinks.
No. You read that right. This thing was running its hand down my hair like one would do to their child if they were resting their head on you.
Did you feel calm or really upset?
I don't like this at all. Then it started talking, but in a childlike voice that sounded just like my daughter.
Oh, fuck that.
Good morning, Cody. Turn your head, Cody. Look at me, Cody.
Bitch.
My ass said, hell fucking no, buddy. These eyes may as well not even be in here because I will not be looking at that shit.
Ew.
I then felt it tighten its hand around my head. Not hard, but just grabbing it instead of touching like before. And I swear to God, this thing tried to get me to turn my head towards it.
I would have
So it literally was like, grab the head to like turn it.
Crucifix to the eye. I would have literally fist fought this thing.
I hate this so, like, the visual of this is just nothing I want to experience.
That's always my biggest fear when we go to haunted houses, because I walk through like this when I'm scared.
Oh, me too.
And then I'm like, oh no. And you do the same thing. I think that would happen. Like, I'd be scared and I would just pummel this thing.
No, 100%. I'm constantly like this in a haunted house, and I'm like, like every time something happens, like, I'm just like, ooh.
Luckily, we've never been kicked out.
No, never hit a haunt worker.
Never.
I've never done it.
No, neither have I.
And I never will. Yeah. I just always am like, don't even touch haunt workers. Don't do that. They're great.
You'll have to leave.
We love haunt workers.
They don't touch you.
Yeah, they don't touch you. These are good
not
people.
Supposed to, really.
No. So
and that's an aside on haunt workers.
Be nice to your haunt workers. It's like halfway to Halloween a little bit. So I think it's like actually halfway to Halloween, which is a holiday in my mind. Is it?
Yeah.
TikTok told me it was.
Yeah.
I've been getting all these TikToks.
I'm getting those
of
too.
halfway to Halloween or Summerween.
Yeah. 'Twas a long night, longer than it seems.
Every single one.
Oh,
I love it.
It's the best.
Oh, and I'm just like, I am aching for haunted houses again.
Or the one that's like,
aching. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I love that one.
Oh, I love it.
I can't wait for the cookies.
Oh, the cookies.
The little cookies.
Pumpkin
and ghost cookies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
In my mugs. I have so many good Halloween mugs.
I just need haunted house, and I need more haunted houses this year. It's a whole
every
thing.
year we gotta up it.
Every year we gotta get more. So she's having her head turned by this Damon.
No thanks.
Thank God for good neck muscles, because my head stayed right where it was. At that point, it felt like whatever this was got on my back, and my entire body, because she's on her stomach, remember? My entire body felt like it was being held down, and I was unable to move anything, not even my fingers.
Oh my God.
And then bam, I woke up drenched in sweat and breathing harder than I was when I gave birth. Room was silent, void of creepy unknown beings, and my husband and daughter were sleeping peacefully next to me. When I say I didn't sleep for weeks after this, I mean it.
Yeah, I would not sleep for forever.
I'd still never sleep. I had never experienced anything like this in my 28 years at the time of living. And thank God I haven't experienced it since. I read that if you're touching someone while you're asleep, you're less likely to have sleep paralysis. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So every night since, I'm sure to be touching my husband, even if it's just my toe on his leg. We also have a cat who is 12 who sleeps on me every night. So I like to think that is also saving me from happening again. What do you guys think? Crazy sleep paralysis, or demon who just wanted to fuck with me one time before descending into the depths of hell? Maybe it was just a wild nightmare. Whatever it was, I sure hope it's a one and done situation.
I feel like sleep paralysis is real to an extent.
I feel like there's a different. I agree. I think there's like a different. I can't describe what I think sleep paralysis actually is.
Yeah.
But there's more to it to me.
I think it's almost like, not necessarily, but almost like a parallel universe.
Because the things I see when I have sleep paralysis and the things I feel are not, they feel like something's wrong.
Something's amiss. Okay.
They're not all right.
Yeah, no, I get that. I've only had it like once or twice, maybe. I had it once, and I remember it so vividly. Do you remember how old I was when me and my mom drove to North Carolina with that guy?
Oh, yeah. You were young, like
5 or 6.
5 or 6. Yeah.
I remember that so distinctly. I got it in the car, and I like felt like there was like a face in the window, and then somebody like lifted me up by like my armpits, and that's like a weird fear that I have, which is very funny.
Oh, it's cool. Well, it's unsettling.
I hate it.
Yeah.
That was one. And then I had another one when me and Drew were camping with his parents, but like glamping in like a camper. I woke up and I saw a woman standing at the end of the bed, and I like literally could not move. Like when they say paralysis.
Oh, it's legit paralysis.
Straight up. And you want to scream,
but
and
you
like
can't even scream. Yeah.
That shit's scary.
It's really scary. It like
and
sets
you're
your
in
like
that room.
Yeah, like the room
to
is
a T.
the room. You're not in some weird dream version of your room.
Yeah.
Like it is your room. However it was set up before you went to bed, that is what it looks like.
Which makes me feel like it's not a dream, because whenever I dream, like, will you have a dream and you're like, oh, I'm in my house, but like it's not, like in the dream you know you're in your house, but it's not your actual house.
Like there's different things, or it's warped somehow. Or
But when you have sleep paralysis, it is
Yeah.
To a T.
So the next story is about, so what do we think? Do we think this is sleep paralysis, a demon, a nightmare?
I think sleep paralysis plus demon equals scary.
Reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little mix of the two.
Yeah. But again, like sleep paralysis, I think you went to like another place.
I think something happened in your room, but I don't know what.
That's a good takeaway. You think something happened?
I think a situation occurred.
I think things went on.
I think something went down. The next story is about my husband and his couple episodes of sleep paralysis in this house. This was earlier in our relationship, probably around 2016, and our room was upstairs, in the room that was previously mine in high school and is currently my stepson's room. Anyway, this room was one of those small rectangular openings, or had one of those small rectangular openings in the ceiling that would lead to the attic. We never used this as my parents built stairs leading up to the attic when they finished it years prior. This creepy little door always freaked me the fuck out as a child, and honestly still does as an adult. But that probably has something to do with the fact that it leads to the attic, which again is the one room in the house that makes me mad uncomfortable.
Oh no.
Anywho, after I told my husband my little story from above, he told me that years ago he thinks maybe he had sleep paralysis. Ooh. Apparently, there were a few different nights where he would wake up and he would see a creepy black figure just floating right under that creepy ass attic access.
Oh no.
And he couldn't move, then he would wake up. I'm sorry, sir. You didn't think to mention this when it happened? Why the fuck are you so nonchalant about a black figure hanging out in the room paralyzing you? Yeah. Although crazy, it's probably good he didn't tell me at the time, as it would have freaked me the fuck out. Maybe it's due to the fact that the house he grew up in with his mother and siblings was death haunted, and he often saw the Hat Man in his closet at night.
Not the Hat Man.
Not the Hat Man. No, thank you.
He gets a bad rap, but he should.
But like, he kind of earns it. Scary. He does nothing to dispel that bad rap.
No.
Lastly, I wanted to add the story of the time my sister-in-law had a mimic in her house and how she got rid of it. She gave me permission to share this story. She and her husband recently closed on their first home at the end of 2024.
Congratulations.
So exciting for them and their kids. Not too long after they moved in, weird shit started happening.
Or.
First, she thought she heard her husband say something from the other room. When she responded with what, he didn't respond back. So she went to the room where she thought he was, and he was gaming with his headset on. When she asked what he said, he replied that he didn't say anything. Then the same thing happened, but with her daughter. She heard her daughter, 5 years old, call for mommy on the stairs.
Oh, fuck the fuck up. No.
And so the kids' room is in the basement. When my sister-in-law peeked her head downstairs, no one was there.
No.
So she went down to her daughter's room, and her daughter was still passed out asleep snoring.
You gotta burn
that would fuck me up.
You have to burn the entire thing
I'm sorry,
down.
if I hear the kids say my name and there's no kid to be found.
No, kid voices saying anything that aren't related to actual kids, get out of here.
And a mimic or a demon mimicking a child's voice to me is so fucking...
chilling.
That is just demonic and diabolical in a way I can't describe.
It's like echoing in my head now.
Yeah, I don't like it
I hate it.
The third incident was when she was laying in bed and heard her daughter crying downstairs. She turned to her husband and asked what she was crying about, but he didn't hear anything. And again, she checked and her daughter was sleeping. The last one she said she could likely chalk up to waking up from a dream of her daughter crying since her husband didn't hear anything. The final incident is the creepiest, though. The job my sister-in-law had at the time was open on Saturdays, so they had to rotate working. This particular Saturday, she was the one scheduled to work until like noon, I believe. So her husband and kids were at home. Dad was in the living room. Kids were at the dining room table eating. It was around 10:30, 11 a.m. at this point. My sister-in-law got a call from her husband asking why she stopped by the house. She responded with, "I'm at work for another hour and a half. What are you talking about?"
No.
He said the side door next to the kitchen slammed shut randomly. When he asked the kids who did that, her daughter said it was mommy.
Oh!
She saw her mom leaving the house, but it was not her mother. What? I hate that. I have goosey bumpies.
Nor.
That was the final straw. My sister-in-law decided to sage the house. She has a friend who was able to give her instructions and tell her exactly what to say as she saged. Her and her husband attempted to sage that night, but every time she tried to light the sage, it wouldn't stay lit. She tried them multiple times to no avail. Let me add, she is no stranger to a lighter, so she knew what she was doing.
The way you just read your sister-in-law.
Her husband decided to give it a try, and he had no issues. They saged the entire house, and she said she instantly felt lighter, and like whatever was following her was gone. Now, she had never heard of a mimic before, but because I'm one spooky bitch, I immediately knew what it was and was like, fuck that girl. Please make sure that shit is gone before I come over to you or send your daughter over to my house. Things have been quiet ever since, thank goodness. Also, let me insert her cute little side hustle. Oh, it's called prettydelicates.com, where she sells super cute glass cups.
Ooh, I love
Check her
glass
out if you feel
cups.
so inclined.
I do feel so inclined.
Feel inclined. I would literally die if you read this on the pod. Listener tales are my absolute favorite episodes, especially to re-listen to once I catch up every week.
Aww.
My family and I are going on a cruise leaving from New Jersey in June 2025 and are road tripping our way there and back from North Dakota.
Ooh, that's
we plan
fun.
to stay in Boston one of the nights, and the following day, my stepson and I will be doing the Lizzie Borden house tour.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so much
We are
fun.
so excited. I'm so glad my stepson, 13, is a spooky weirdo like me, since my husband is kind of when it comes to these things. Anywho, thanks for listening, and keep it weird, but not so weird that. Take it away, Ash.
Not so weird that last tale period happens. Yeah.
Not so weird that happens.
Not so weird that happens. Wait, before I forget, see if you can get Amber as your tour guide if she still works there.
Yes, she's so good.
She was our last tour guide, and she was really funny and like took so much time in each room with us, telling us like way more than like we learned a lot the first time too.
Oh yeah,
but we learned even more with Amber as the tour guide.
And she like hung out. She was so funny.
She's hilarious.
I loved Amber.
Yeah,
loved her.
So
we were literally like,
Amber.
do you just want to stay with us all night? And like,
she stayed with us longer than she was going to.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah, she was great. So try to get her.
I love it.
Love her. Thank you, Cody.
Those were crazy
hell.
tales. All right, my next one is listener tales, an EVP from Dad and a ghost with a shadow. Hey, weirdos, my name is Bergen. That's a pretty name. And I've got 2 true tales for you. One that will make you cry in a goodish way, and one that will make you delete your camera roll and sage your house. Let's get into it. So story number one, my dad's EVP recorder and the spookiest high ever. When I was 16, my dad passed away. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
He was the sweetest, funniest dude, and he loved watching ghost hunters. But here's the kicker.
Me too.
He refused to watch Paranormal Activity because he was convinced it would get him possessed. Like, hard pass, absolutely not. I don't want demons in my house, Bergen kind of fear.
I love that he will watch ghost hunters, which is like actually like going to connect with real ghosts and real haunted locations. But Paranormal Activity, which is fictionalized.
Nope.
That's a no for me.
Actually, no, I've never seen any of those movies. And I don't care to.
Well, now we're going to make you watch them on Scream.
I know you were going to, but
that's the next Scream series we're going to do. So
I'll watch Ghost Hunters like all day, every day. Paranormal Activity actually scares me.
First and second Paranormal Activity are going to fuck your world up.
Yeah, I don't want them to because I enjoy sleeping like so much.
That's the next Scream.
No, it's not. You already picked it.
No, we're doing it after this one.
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a few months before he died, he bought himself an EVP recorder. He was so excited to try it out. And in true spooky timing fashion, the recorder didn't arrive until the day after he passed away. Yeah, let that one marinate.
Awful.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
That reminds me, what we should do while we're doing this is turn on GhostTube.
Yes.
It's episode 666. We might as well see
we
if
also
some
never
ghosties come.
But we only did that like once in this room with Sabrina.
Yeah.
And I feel like this room has some vibes.
Let's see.
My mom, sisters, and I were all like, okay, universe, what does it mean? But grief hits hard and none of us could bring ourselves to mess with it. 2 years later, I was 18 and living in a tiny little bungalow behind my parents' house, vibing with the ghosts and pretending to be an adult. One night, I thought, screw it, let's do this. I busted out the EVP recorder and tried to contact my dad. I sat in the dark talking into this thing for like 30 minutes, asking questions, begging for signs, crickets, nothing, zip. I was about to give up, but then something in my gut said, try one more time and record it on your phone just in case. So I hit record and I said, can you say hello, Dad? And then, the most beautiful moment of my life, I heard a clear, calm, totally not from this plane of existence, hi. I froze, full body goosebumps, instant tears. My soul left the chat.
I just felt full body. I think she sent us the audio.
She did. I'm going to play it. To this day, every time I listen to that clip, I know it was him. It wasn't scary. It felt peaceful, comforting. Like he was saying, still here, kiddo. But also, what in the actual paranormal? I've attached the recording for you guys to listen to.
Oh, we got to listen.
Oh my God, yes.
I didn't hear this. I
haven't heard it yet either. I'm turning my computer up like all the way, so it might be very loud.
Nicholas.
What did that just say?
Nicholas?
What was your dad's name?
Dude, if your dad's name was Nicholas, I'll
shit my pants.
I have straight up chills. What, do you
Also
have it
that
set to
voice.
that voice?
I don't.
Is that like a choice you made? I'm not laughing at you, Spirit.
I don't think it was.
That was genuinely terrifying.
scary.
All right, I'm going to play this audio recording. That
Palate cleanser.
was horrifying. Sorry, my gloves.
Like he's
Can you say
freaking.
hello, Dad?
Oh my god!
Oh.
That was such a dad way of. I don't know why, but that was dad.
No, it was.
Daddish.
It was
Like,
just
that
like,
was just
hi.
That was like hi.
Oh my God, I'm like covered. Look
Oh
at
my!
my
Can you
arms.
see my
Yes.
goosebumps in the?
Oh, I'm so happy that you have
Oh my
that.
god!
Wow. My chills are not going away right now.
I didn't think that was going to be as like I believed you, but I did not. Think
They're
it was
not
gonna
always
be
that clear.
clear.
That's crazy.
And that like comforting.
yeah, it was
Hi.
so sweet. Hi.
Oh,
And you like, I wonder if it sounded like his voice to you because it took like a little while for the
Yeah.
energy to kind of ramp up, and then it
Oh my
was
God.
so clear.
that
Wow.
Bergen.
Fuck,
Holy shit.
Bergen. That was crazy. That is
Damn.
incredible. That's one
was
of the
like-
clearest EVPs I've ever heard.
That gave me a lot.
All right, story
Damn.
number 2. Damn.
Shit. Top that.
Now top that. Waverly Hills, murdery vibes, and a literal ghost shadow.
Oh shit.
Fast forward to another great idea I had. Taking a sister's trip to Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky.
That sounds amazing.
That's a
trip
fantastic
I would
idea.
like to take.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because nothing says family bonding like haunted hallways and possible demonic attachments.
I think we actually have mentioned with Corinne and Sabrina, we might want to do that trip
Yeah.
together. A
Yep.
brothers trip.
A Ghost Girls Brothers Cult and Coven trip.
Yeah.
Well, we booked the night tour because obviously.
Yeah.
It was several hours long and they only let you use flashlights at specific times. The rest of your time, complete and utter darkness. Like
Sign
I'm not
me up.
This is great. Like I'm not even sure I have feet anymore kind of dark.
Holy shit.
We made it to the top floor where they kept the sick kids and where a nurse allegedly, quote unquote, committed suicide. But the tea is that she may have been murdered by a doctor she was hooking up with. Very American Horror Story, minus the musical numbers.
100%.
Here's where it gets freaky. Before the guide said anything, I started feeling super weird. My heart was racing, my head was pounding, and I got this wave of anxiety. Like I was about to go run a ghost marathon I didn't sign up for. I leaned over to my sister Bailey. Shout out to her because she's also a huge fan. Hi, Bailey.
I love your name.
Great name. And whispered, I don't like this. I want to leave. And then, like a bad punchline, the guide goes, a lot of people report feeling panic, nausea, dizziness, and chest pressure right here under where the nurse was found hanging. Guess where I was standing? Yup, directly underneath. I'd poop my pants. After that, we got to wander around on our own, and there's a spot with a ball left out for a little ghost boy who's known to play. So naturally, my sisters and I tried to summon our inner spooky babysitters.
Hell yeah.
And gently kicked the ball around the circle. At first, nothing. No creepy giggles, no phantom penalty kicks. But then we stopped, let the ball settle in the middle of the circle, and watched it start to move on its own. Like nobody touched it, no breeze, no explanation.
That's the dream
Yes,
for
truly.
paranormal.
What did it say?
Charming.
Charming. That is charming. Oh, you're taking it?
I'm taking that.
You said, that was like a Blanche Devereaux, like, oh, stop it.
I'm taking that one.
I'm dead.
I claim it.
He said, it's me. I'm charming. That was so scary.
I love how you're like, oh, the kid is charming. I'm like,
You're
me?
like, it's
Yes.
me, baby. Can you change the
I know.
voice?
Can you please change that so that I don't shit my pants?
I'm
every
gonna
single time?
cry.
I kind of love it.
Oh, of course you do.
We're going to keep it for now.
Oh, so charming of you. That's so scary. I jumped. Did you see the jump I did?
I think we all did.
God.
This is fun.
All right. It is. I know. I love a vibe like this. It's also a perfect day for that. It's kind of spooky.
A little spooky.
So, no explanation. It just slowly rolled across the floor like it had somewhere to be. We all looked at each other and said, did you see that? No, did you actually see that?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? We were officially shook. After I got the bright idea to pull out my phone, switch it to night mode, and take a billion rapid fire photos.
Oh, hell yeah.
I started scrolling through the photos, and holy hell, y'all. In one of them, there's a clear little figure. You could see legs, a small shadowy body, and the wildest part, it has a shadow.
What the fuck?
We were all freaking out, but in the best way. It's probably one of the coolest and creepiest things I've ever captured. I've attached a photo so you can see it for yourselves. If you don't mind, email us and let us know if we can share the photo.
Yeah.
Let me know if you see what I saw or if I need to sage my entire existence. Ash and Elena, thank you for making this hilarious, spooky, and slightly unhinged community. You've gotten me through grief, anxiety, and many late night cleaning sprees where I was 90% sure that something was watching me.
Damn.
P.S. You can share the recording and the ghost picture.
A real one.
Creep it weird, Bergen. I've also
Yay!
attached some extra pictures, one with my sisters, my mom, myself, and my niece, and a spooky ghost tattoos that I adore. One of her ghost tattoos is absolutely iconic.
Her ghost tattoo
has titties.
Yes, it's hilarious.
It's really good. Let's see. Oh, yup. That's clear as day.
Oh shit, you can literally see feet.
And look, right there, it does have
there's
a shadow.
a shadow. Oh my god, that's
we're
one
gonna-
of the most unsettling things I've ever seen.
What the fuck? Ew.
Damn.
I'm going to put this away now.
Yeah, we're gonna share it, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll share that. So check out like the Instagram, obviously. Bergen.
Oh, Bergen.
That is one of the clearest EVPs I've ever heard and one of the clearest photos I've ever seen
you
of
provided.
a spirit. Yeah, you really did.
You really came through with that.
Bergen.
Bergen. Damn. That was crazy.
That was wild.
Let's see. So let's see. Should I do those couple times my soul left my body at church camp?
Yeah,
It feels right.
I would say so.
Feels right. Hello, my two favorite absolutely beautiful badass witchy girl bosses.
Hi.
My gosh.
Thank you.
Your name is Zaina. I love that name.
That's really pretty.
And we can use the name.
Party.
I've been listening to you two for about a year, courtesy of my amazing father for putting me onto y'all's podcast.
Thanks, Zena's dad.
I love that. Some of my favorite memories are the two of us going on hikes together while listening to your podcast, and me being seriously freaked the fuck out because he somehow always chooses the Murder in the Woods episodes. Questionable choice, but hey, it's part of the fun of being hella paranoid and enjoying nature.
Oh my God, I
Fresh
love
air
it.
is for dead people.
It is.
I will absolutely freak the fuck out if you use my story for your Listener Tales
Freak
episode.
out, Zena.
Here's a double space butterfly. I've gone to a church camp on the Grand Mesa. Is it the Grand Mesa? Mesa?
I'm not
Michael.
very cultured.
Michael. Amazing.
That's really good.
Nailed it. We have our own special demon named Mikey. So I've gone to a church camp on the Grand Mesa almost every year for the past 4 or 5 years. It's truly a beautiful place in the summer. The lake is such a beautiful, pristine teal color, and it's always the perfect temperature. The only thing that gives you a slight sense of foreboding is how dark it gets at night. And that tends to remind you how you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And if there just happens to be some random ass axe murderer, your chances of survival are slim to none.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the axe murder situation probably won't happen, but if it did, again, slim to none. Maybe not for the other people, but I don't fuck with the dark or the woods at night. So I could probably get away, but when I say it gets dark in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, I mean it gets dark.
It does.
You see, you know?
Yep.
Keep that in mind, because in the next stories, that is crucial to know. Anyway, moving on. This particular year, there wasn't very many people signed up for that camp, so we all ended up staying in the same room on the second floor of the lodge, which was typically used by the camp staff. Normally, the campers would stay in one of the many cabins on the 5-ish acres of land that the camp was on. This lodge that we stayed in, creepy as fuck. Fucking sinister vibe. You had to climb I love that you said that. You had to climb the little spiral staircase to the attic to use the bathroom. Whereas if we stayed in the cabins, we would have to go outside to walk the however many yards to the bathroom hall, which isn't really much better. But the bathroom in the attic was not for me. I still used it, but like the entire lodge was just fucking creepy. The room on the second floor that we stayed in wasn't that creepy. There was bunk beds, but we all just slept on the floor like it was one big sleepover. And honestly, that was fun. I wasn't ever really invited to sleepovers as a kid, so it felt like I made up for that.
I'll fight whoever didn't take you to a sleepover.
It's true. I don't believe in sleepovers anymore, but I will fucking fight people for not inviting you to them.
I also don't believe in sleepovers, but
like not happening for me or my kids, but like I wish it happened for you.
yeah, back in the day.
Because I went to sleepovers.
Yeah,
like,
we all did.
And I loved sleepovers.
We all didn't. And I'll fucking fight whoever didn't invite you to a sleepover, Zaina.
I'll fuck them up, Zaina.
Maybe we'll have, it'd be so fun. We should do a live show someday that's sleepover themed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We should do one that's like literally in the middle of the night.
That'd be so fun.
Like sleepover
We'll
style.
talk to our people.
We'll do a late one.
Yeah.
So it's like we can all like watch a scary movie late.
You could do like a 10 o'clock show.
Yeah. That would actually be a lot of fun.
We're going to workshop this.
Mikey's like, wait a minute.
Well, you could also go on to, what is it called? There's like an online platform where you can sit there and watch a movie together, and you can all sit there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We used to do it with Caleb.
Let's do that.
And we can all watch a scary movie together, and we can all just like react together.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
We got to do that.
I want to do that, please.
That'd be so fun. Would you guys be down for that?
Would you do that with us?
And everyone has to wear pajamas.
You must.
Yeah.
I am really stingent about pajama party rules.
Yeah, she doesn't fuck around.
You need to come to my pajama party in pajamas.
In regular clothes.
Don't.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zaina, for letting us get here.
Yeah.
So
we're going to give you the slumber party you never had, babe.
Hell yeah, Zaina's invited to this one. No, there was this one girl, super sweet, super kind. We're just going to call her Molly. I love that name. And we learned, I love that name.
It's a great name.
My kid's favorite American Girl doll right now is Molly.
Mine was always Molly.
Yeah.
Or
Molly
Kit.
for life.
I liked Kit too.
Kit was about after my time.
I thought you were going to say Kit was a bitch.
No,
because you went like Kit was a I'm
not sure.
Did he say I'm not sure? Honestly, me neither. That was distasteful.
Yeah, he said I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yes, I made a distasteful joke, and our spirit demon friend let us know. I'm not sure.
He said, "Don't leave that in."
Not sure about that.
He said,
Our demon is legal.
And when the demon is saying, "I'm not sure about that," you gotta listen.
"Yeah."
So sometimes I do that.
Yikes. That was great.
So yeah, the original 5 didn't include Kit.
It didn't.
But Felicity was my girl. And Molly. And we learned on night 1 that Molly happened to talk in her sleep. So every morning we would joke about it. And whoever she woke up with her late night sleep talking, kind of weird ramblings, would tell us about it. It was always just kind of funny things, like Molly singing or something weird. So of course, I thought nothing of it. On night 3, I just couldn't sleep for some reason, so I stayed up well past midnight reading. Now around 3 a.m.
The devil's hour.
Oh no.
My hour.
Oh no, my hour. I desperately had to pee. Like, so fucking bad. For
worst.
hours, I'd been putting it off, which was majorly dumb on my part. So 3 a.m. comes, and I'm sitting there contemplating whether or not Attic of Doom was worth it or not. I'm still a firm believer that it would not have been worth it. Anyways, I'm just sitting there trying not to pee myself when Molly sits up, and I'm like, oh, hey, girl, want to go to the demon bathroom with me? Because, yes, I'm a scaredy cat. Molly did not respond. And low-key, it was kind of terrifying because she's sitting there, head down, kind of limp-looking. No. And I'm just sitting there feeling my heart drop because what the actual fuck is going on? And then I shit you not, she looks up at the door, which was closed, and just whispers, you can let them in now.
No.
Why did she do that?
No, what a bitch.
Why did she do that?
Molly, that's bitch made.
And then she whispered it again.
No.
You can let them in now.
Stop, Molly. You
Then-
think she was fucking with you?
Then someone knocked on the door super quietly.
No.
And Molly just laid back down like nothing ever happened.
No. Did you ever go back to that camp?
Impressed!
I thought it said undressed.
I thought it said impressed.
Impressed?
It went away.
It sounded like impressed.
No, you're right. Wow.
That was a good story.
It was a good story.
We're not even done.
Oh my. Wait, what was I going to say? Ghosty, you interrupted me. Did you go back to that camp again, I think is what I was going to say?
We'll have to see. When I tell you the way I almost shit my pants, like, I don't fuck with ghosts at all. And someone knocked on the door literal milliseconds after Molly said, "You can let them in now."
Stop doing that.
I can tell you I didn't have to pee anymore because there was no way I was leaving that room.
I'm surprised you didn't piss yourself right there.
I thought you were going to say because I evacuated my bladder.
Yeah.
The entire situation was just giving the nun. And let's just say I was not a fan.
Oh.
I was not going to be the human soul sacrifice. So there was no fucking way in hell I was leaving that room. So I just accepted my fate and lay there until morning.
You said UTI it is.
Yep, I'll go with that. Just waiting for the bathroom demon to come and get me. I can also tell you that I didn't share that story the next morning. I value my life. So, already being a little freaked out, I did not go anywhere alone the next day, which leads us to the next story that involves playing hide and seek, but in the dark.
No.
I used to love playing that game.
I
Me and
never
my friends
played
did
that
that
game.
all the time.
Yeah.
Now, I already explained that it gets fucking dark. And at night, there's one streetlight that comes on, and it's a useless fucking piece of shit for a light. It's right next to the one goddamn building that gives light. I love that we're talking about a church camp, and I love that Zane is just like, this fucking goddamn building.
I know.
So good. That building being the mess hall. And the mess hall lights are always on. They should have put the damn streetlight anywhere else. Literally anywhere else. But anyways. On the last night, they always do a night game that involves running around and looking for something.
Oh, that's fun.
And this night, they chose a game called Sardines. It's basically hide and seek, but at the beginning, two people hide together. And everyone has to split up and find them. And when you find them, you hide with them. Oh, so you keep squishing in with them to the hiding spot.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Now, me and this girl, we'll call her Nicole, were the original two people who had to hide together. One thing to know about Nicole is that she has the most beautiful singing voice I have ever heard. Like, it's a voice that got her a full ride scholarship to Juilliard,
oh, shit.
AMDA, and an internship for singing in Italy.
God
so, like,
damn.
She's hella good at singing.
To say the least.
She had the most brilliant idea of where to hide. Now, for context, on the girls' side of camp, there's 12 cabins G1 to G12. There's this one cabin, though, that absolutely no one no one wants to stay in, and that would be G4. G4 is the boondocks of this camp.
Pathetic.
Nobody wants to stay there.
They don't want to say
Pathetic.
pathetic. He's like, please.
Just stay there.
Damn, he's like in this with us.
He is.
I like having a ghost as like our
Commentary.
like color commentator here.
Yeah.
Like, we're already in the middle of nowhere, but G4 is on the border of the camp. It's about 100 yards away from all the other girls' cabins. Not only was that royally fucked, but also it was just giving, possibly Ted Bundy's shack.
Yeah.
It was a cabin with a long path down to it, and the trees around it just blocked any light. This is where Nicole wanted to hide.
I mean, smart.
It is smart. Like, fuck to the no. But what could I do but go with her? Like, I didn't want to die, but I also didn't want to let her die alone, so I followed her.
Good friend.
That is good friend. Once we got to
That
Satan's...
is good friend.
That is good friend. That is good friend. Good job. You did friend well. Now, once we got to Satan's lair, which is slightly ironic... Satan's lair. Which is slightly ironic because we were at a literal church camp. We just waited. At one point, a branch snapped to our far left, and I lost my shit and basically started crying.
Aww.
But that was just the beginning of the fun. Nicole, being the brave, witchy badass that she was, went to investigate. So I stood there for upwards of 5 minutes, by myself, just praying that God wouldn't let me die like this, and that my parents knew I loved them if I happened to die like this. And then I heard someone singing close by. I couldn't see anything, and I didn't know where it was coming from. It sounded like it was one voice coming from all around me.
Fuck that.
And it was that song, that one super fucking creepy song that goes, ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door, I only want to play a little.
Ew.
I know that song, obviously.
Evidently.
Obviously. It's like, do, 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 do. It's got a very creepy.
It sure does, and you just keep singing it.
So I think it's like a TikTok sound.
Is it?
I'm
mean,
pretty
probably.
sure. I'm pretty sure.
What
Because
isn't
it's
a
like an
TikTok
old
sound?
song. And so I began turning in circles, desperately trying to find out what the fuck, who the fuck, why the fuck. Needless to say, I'm on the verge of a panic attack when someone puts their hand on my shoulder.
No.
I've never screamed louder in my entire life.
Do you think it was God?
I turn around and it's Molly.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Molly?
And Nicole starts laughing somewhere and she walks out of the goddamn the goddamn cabin saying that I should have seen my face.
Oh,
It's honestly super funny now because I'm a scaredy cat, LOL. And I still have no fucking clue how Nicole pulled off getting into the cabin without me seeing or hearing her. But anyways, those are my stories about how my souls left my body twice at a Christian summer camp. I love you guys so incredibly much, and I hope you enjoyed my whack-ass story. Keep it weird and take it away, Ash.
But not so weird that you lose your soul twice at a church camp. But I mean, I guess you could find it there if you lost it.
That's true.
So
I think that's part of the deal, right?
I don't know.
Zaina, those were awesome stories.
I loved those.
I loved them. I'm sorry that our Damon thinks that you're pathetic for not wanting to stay in G4.
I know. I think it meant all of the campers, not just you.
Yeah, he definitely thought everybody
we
was.
speak for him.
Yeah, we're friends.
Or her.
Right? We're friends.
Hey, demon, or ghost.
Or spirit.
Or spirit. Are we friends? Ooh.
He said, I'll let you know later.
He said TBD.
Undecided.
All right. This is called Black Betty Listener Tale Submission. Please read this wild shit. Okay.
Okay. Sure thing.
A haunting experience in our basement. Hey, yo.
Hey.
My name is Tara. Yes, you can share. Just going to hop right down to
What is your name?
What is your name?
Hi. I'm Elena.
I'm Ash. And this is Morbid.
They want to be friends.
What is your name? We'll give you some time to answer.
Is your
So
name
cool.
Nicholas or is it something else? If it's something else, let us know.
That's a lot of asking.
I know. You said it with Nicholas before, and I like that. It's nice.
That's a nice name if it's your name.
If your name is Nicholas, love that.
Let us know.
If it's something else, let us know.
So fun. Okay. I'm just going to tell the story while you answer.
What you contemplate.
I'm compelled to share a chilling experience that has lingered in my memory for years, and I would love to compel you to read it. Well, consider me compelled.
I am compelled as fuck.
This started after my parents purchased a house of sorts to renovate. Honey. After renovations were done, the layout of the house was standard. Walk through the front door into the living room, off to the side is one bedroom, past the living room is the kitchen, and tucked into the corner of said kitchen is the door to hell. It didn't used to be.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, pretty standard. It didn't used to be, but I digress.
Yeah.
Usually when you go down the steps into the basement, you're met with an abundance of light. The base of the steps leads into a common room, and to the right is a hallway with a bedroom door, a doorway opposite that leads to the laundry room, and then the bathroom. When standing in the common room, straight ahead is a bedroom, with another bedroom connected by a door on the right. Each room has 4 smaller-sized windows lining the upper wall, and during the day, it was lit up in an old bookstore kind of way.
Ungodly?
Do you feel like the basement is ungodly, or are you not a fan of this layout?
He's like, that sounds terrible.
Sorry about your layout.
You know what? Maybe he doesn't like all the light that streams in.
Oh,
That's pretty
yeah.
ungodly.
I don't like that much light either.
I get it.
But what's your name? So, la 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 la. My parents, without our consent, bought this house when it was just a basement. The whole house, in the ground, where the dead live.
Oh.
Yeah, they thought that would be a great idea. Not only was it a basement house, it was often frequented throughout the years by local townies who engaged in various satanic rituals. The fuck? You said that, not me, but I also second it. We were a Pentecostal family who couldn't even watch Disney movies.
Oh my.
So imagine my confusion as a 90s kid when my Pentecostal parents decided to buy and fuck up the house of Lucifer J. Satan himself. What's the J stand for? Oh, it stands for Jamin. Lucifer Jamin Satan. My parents, with the intent to restore and renovate, added an upper level to the house. Good choice.
Yeah.
And we lived there for several years. Despite the fresh new look, the house carried an eerie atmosphere, and we encountered various inexplicable incidents over the years, from hearing our names being called by my mom, who turned out to never be in the home, to furniture moving. I'm talking literal poltergeist shit, like chairs stacking, cabinets opening, etc. For the longest time, my brothers and I blamed each other, and were sure one of us was trying to scare the others, to waking me up one night crying because I couldn't see. It was like somebody shut off my eyeballs, out of service. No connection available. I was blind.
Please come back.
We're still here.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Don't worry.
We're going to stay here.
Would love to know your name, though. Still would love it.
What's your name?
You're Nicholas, I feel.
Yeah. But
But let us know if we're wrong.
yeah,
We're here, though.
we're here.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
I know.
I was
You're
blind.
like, I actually.
So fun. Actually, no.
She's like, this is so fun.
This is the best.
This is really fun. This is really fun.
I'm really having a great time. La, la, la. I screamed for my parents to come, and well, that was useless because when they did rush in, the only thing my mom said was quit hollering and put on your glasses. Insert, I love my parents dearly, but what in the entire fuck, Mom? It's blacked out completely, can't see, and not blind as a bat, blurry, can't see.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
If your child says they can't see.
She's like, well, put your damn glasses on.
Quit your hollering.
I'm tired of your shit. I never called for her again because clearly the Lord didn't bless her with the wisdom I needed in that moment, and I would figure that shit out for my...
I understand.
You understand? Was
You
your
get it.
mom not listening when you were blind once?
Oh, no.
That's a
The
bummer.
Lord didn't bless your mom with that.
Eventually, and out of nowhere, my sight just popped back on, and I was able to see my parents standing in the doorway, looking at me like I'm...
That's cool. That's fine.
That's good.
We were down for that.
We can
'Cause,
we can hear you.
We're trying to chat.
Yeah.
Mikey's shitting his pants.
Mikey's
like,
about to
I don't
cry.
like it.
Mikey literally just goes, I don't like it.
I'm good. Is it cool if I refer to you as Nicholas from here on out? Let me know.
So her parents were looking at her like she may need a shrink. Thanks, guys. A1 protection there. One incident stands out as the heaviest and the strangest. One day, my mom and I were home doing laundry together and took a trip into the depths of hell to go put away my brother's clothes.
As one does.
As we stepped into the finished basement common room, we immediately stopped and froze. Directly in front of us, where the doorway to the boys' bedroom was usually transparent and filled up by sunlight, but now it was pitch black. It was like somebody had hung a blackout curtain in the doorway, preventing our view. The shit was so dark you just could not see into the room. You could not see the windows, the beds, and the other doorway. You could see absolutely nothing.
What the fuck?
I immediately was like, nope, the fuck not. Looked at my mom, who not only dropped the laundry and got the fuck out of there, but also left me standing there alone.
Wow.
Not A1.
Did not bless.
No.
With something.
That was the heaviest, most absorbing presence I've ever felt in my life to this day.
Damn.
The unsettling feeling of a presence overwhelmed us, and to this day, my mom swears it was demonic. No shit, lady, you tried to evict Satan from his home.
That's right. Lucifer J. Satan.
Lucifer
himself.
Jaimin Satan.
I thought it was Jeffrey, but
Jeffrey?
I thought it was Jeffrey.
I thought
at
we
first.
decided Jaimin.
No, we did. I thought initially. I thought it was Jeffrey.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I like the name Jeffrey. I like Lucifer Jeffrey Satan. Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
We can workshop them.
I like it.
This experience was the culmination of unease we'd felt over the years, and it remains the most vivid and horrifying event in my recollection of living in that house. Despite my parents' effort to restore and renew the home, the basement's dark history seemed to stick around. No amount of doorway anointments, prayers, banishing ever got rid of that energy and weight. I guess you really can't evict Satan himself from where he resides. Who knew?
Yeah.
Hint, not my mom. Sharing this with you is not just about recounting a haunting experience, but also about the inexplicable connection to the past that some places carry, and why you should never try to renovate a basement house in a hillbilly town where who knows what took place, because you'll have wasted thousands and thousands of dollars and end up moving out shortly after completing all of that work.
Ooh.
Thank you for taking the time to read my letter, Tara.
That was very Amityville.
Sincerely, former Pentecostal 90s kid, Tara.
Former Pentecostal 90s kid.
That was great.
What
and
a moniker.
Horrifying.
I love it, Tara.
That was so scary.
I don't like your house at all. Your old house.
No, I'm glad you don't live there anymore.
Should we do one more?
We should probably do one more.
Maybe? Did he say more?
Or whore.
More.
It
He
sounded
wants another one.
Oh!
He said do more.
We were literally saying, should we do one more? And he said more.
He said more. All right, Nicholas.
Okay, Nicholas. I think his name is Nicholas because he
He's
didn't say
not.
another name.
He's not saying no.
I love the name Nicholas, so
I
shout
do
out
too.
to
It's
you.
nice. All right, so let's do one that is called My Mom Sees Auras, and a demon came for my older brother.
Oh.
The whole tale, including the intro, are included in the Putifa. Thank you.
Putifa.
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 I don't know if I can use your name, so I'm not going to use it yet. Hello, Ash, Elena, Dave, Deb, Mikey, and all other weirdos.
Next to you.
That's for
Who's
you.
he talking about? I think the
I'm
charming was
claiming
for
it.
me.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think so.
I think we just got called pathetic next to you.
I
Damn.
don't know. I don't know, Nicholas. I don't think that was for.
At first, I thought
me.
it said pathetic next tail. I was like,
What about?
I was like, whoa, that was spot on, Nicholas. And we haven't even started this tale.
Nicholas, I don't think you were referring to me there. I think we have a.
I don't think you're referring to me, Nicholas. Nicholas, who's pathetic? Let us know.
Ash or Elena.
If it says Mikey, I'm going to shit myself.
Imagine if it says Michael.
I would die.
I'd die. All right. If this gets read on the pod, I will simply pass away. Rest in peace. A dear friend introduced me to your podcast in 2021, and I listened periodically until September of 2023. I was doing my last fieldwork internship at a children's clinic for occupational therapy school and was driving about an hour and a half to and from the clinic. I worked for the same clinic that I did that field work for over a year and had almost a 2-hour daily commute.
Oh, fuck that.
I was able to catch up on the backlog, yes, even the underwater days, to keep me sane. I now work at another pediatric clinic only 30 minutes from my house and happily listen to the pod on Monday and Thursdays while I drive or do paperwork. I'm also an amateur quilter and have listened to your wonderful voices for hours as I've pinned, pressed, and cussed out my life choices when I've made mistakes. I cannot thank you enough for providing victims the opportunity to get their stories told and the people that ended their lives the proper roasting they deserve. You wonderful humans, Ash and Elena, for bringing the stories to life in the most engaging way possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mikey for helping everything run so smooth. Deb for reading all the stories and choosing some bangers. And Dave, magical research wizard Dave, enough said.
Iconic.
Are creating a spooky, in the best way possible, space for advocacy and a friendship for those of all ages, orientations, spirituality, religious views, etc.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for creating this sensational place for us weirdos.
That was really sweet. Thank you.
I didn't even know that was... What a perfect one to end on.
I know.
Before I start, please don't use my name. I didn't.
Oh, look at that.
I knew it. It's like I knew.
Yeah.
But you gave me your name. I had to send a revised one of these with changed names to make it easier to read. Thank you for doing that. I've included pictures at the bottom of my family, the zoo of pets that live with my parents, and a reference picture. It'll make sense when you read a little further. These tales are about my mama and her gift of reading people's auras. Her gift is not a party trick, and I don't want to have people ask her to read their auras unprovoked. She's given me permission to share these stories. And it says, I had to revise this a second time because my mother informed me that I had told the first story wrong and she wanted the details correct.
Iconic.
I will also include a link to a news article about an 85-year-old woman from the small farming area that I live in who saved herself from a home intruder because it was a wild tale. I didn't think I could write it better than the news. If you need a palate cleanser or just to be amazed, check it out. We'll share that story. I've included a 14 points double-spaced putafa. I hope that's how it's...
Satanic?
Satanic? Nicholas.
Wow, Nicholas gets it.
Nicholas! He's on theme.
He's like, I feel like he did like a...
He went down when he did that.
He did do that.
I wrote this on a break from work, so unfortunately, I did not have time it. Insert quote from D.W. Reed from the classic TV show Arthur, I'm a failure.
Oh my God, I love her.
I also apologize for rambling to begin. Anyway, on to the tales. My mom is the epitome of the Shakespeare quote, though she be but little, she is fierce.
Oh.
At her tallest, she was 4 feet 10, 10 inches if she stretched. She is now about 4'9¼ As a kid, we would always hear my mom say things about auras. It was normal for us. She will tell strangers what their aura means sometimes, especially if it's unusual or particularly special. We, my dad and my siblings, sometimes get embarrassed by this, but my mom persists with it nonetheless. The auras that she sees tend to be the core of who someone is. The auras can get brighter or dimmer depending on if someone is feeling well, uplifted, down or ill, etc. My sister Wynn has a double aura, a core of yellow and an outer pink layer representing her energy levels.
Pretty.
My mom has seen Wynn around people that make her yellow dim because they talk down to her or treat her badly. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Her pink ranges in color based on how well she slept or how she's managing her medical conditions.
Oh, that's cool.
My older brother Cletus was performing with a choir when he was in college. A student, Jill, was conducting the choir for several numbers, and she came on stage appearing timid. Jill got to the middle of the stage and raised her arms to begin the number. Jill's confidence was palpable as soon as she raised her arms. My mom gasped and said, "Oh, I wish you could see that." After that concert was done and we found Cletus, my mom said he had to tell her what my mom saw. The moment that Jill raised her arms, my mom said that there was a silvery pink explosion across the stage.
Oh, that just gave me a chill.
Me too. I imagine it looks like the parting of the Red Sea in The Prince of Egypt. Now, not all of my mom's experiences are positive. She's been a nurse longer than I've been alive and worked in the ER for many years.
Oh, man.
Yes, my mom is a badass, will always be a hero in my eyes, and has
yeah.
crazy stories. She was working the night shift when a man and his girlfriend/wife, I'm not positive if they were married or not, came in. His most distinguishable feature to my mom was his black aura. Black is one of the rarest. Ooh. It's not, if not the rarest she has ever seen. I think she's seen maybe 2 or 3 in her 60 plus years of life.
Wow.
Black shows her that the person is evil at their core. Ooh, my stomach just growled.
Your core is evil.
My stomach just growled. My mom warned the female ER doctor not to close doors or be in the room alone with this man. The doctor asked why, and my mom said that the man was abusing his partner, who I will call Jane Doe. The doctor assessed him, and he needed an x-ray. While the man was out of earshot, my mom asked Jane if she needed help. Jane looked terrified, shook her head, and said, paraphrased, there would be consequences from the man if he knew my mother was talking to her about what was going on.
Oh.
He was 100% harming this woman behind closed doors, and I can't imagine the fear Jane must have felt when my mom was able to clock it. My mom said if Jane changed her mind before they left, my mom would get the hospital police officer involved. Jane smiled and thanked my mom. They finished all the tests and things they needed and left the hospital. Sometime during the night, the ER staff looked up this man. He had gotten out of jail after killing a young woman.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. I can't remember if it was because it was manslaughter or a technicality or some other bullshit. We all know he had gotten away with murder and is probably continuing to terrorize women/good people like the small dick weasel he is.
Yeah.
There are other experiences she has, but I don't want to take up too much time. I'll get into the second story about a demon coming for my brother.
Please do.
Thank you. Cletus was my parents' 4th pregnancy and the first one that made it past the first trimester.
Oh.
After so many miscarriages, my parents were stoked for the idea of the little pitter-patter of feet.
Oh.
My mom woke up in the middle of the night. I've never known when, but let's be real, probably about 3 a.m., to see a black figure standing in front of her bathroom door. She could clearly see the outline of a humanoid figure and the whites of eyes, but everything was black.
Oh, I don't like the whites of eyes.
Nicholas, what do you think?
I know you've been quiet, Nicholas. Are you still there?
You're just listening to the tale. She asked, "Why are you here?" And the figure simply stated, "I'm here for your baby."
No.
I'm chilies.
No.
My mom literally screamed my dad out of bed and demanded that he join her in praying for whatever this was to go away and stay away.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that this happened at least one more time, but I'm not positive.
For that to happen once alone is...
I'm here for the baby.
And then for it to happen again?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So she has told me, quote, there was no way in hell I would let that thing by my kids. My mom is a huge mama bear and gets quite scary despite her smaller stature.
It's the small ones always do.
It's true. Cletus arrived not so long after, followed by me, my sister, and my younger brother.
Aww.
Thank you for all the time you put into the podcast and for taking the time to read my rambling tale. Keep it weird, but not so weird that I can't think of anything. So please take it away, Ash. Only if you want to.
Oh my God. Queen.
That was so kind.
Not so weird that a demon shows up to drag your baby to hell.
No.
Over you?
Over here.
Over here?
I said, where are you?
You said, where are you? And he was like, I'm right over here.
Oh, Nicholas, I love you.
Nicholas for life.
Oh my gosh, you guys, these were really
that
good
is,
tales.
And this is signed a fellow weirdo.
A fellow weirdo.
Wow.
Those were really good.
You guys have some shit going on, and your parents have some shit going on.
The aura one was so cool.
Yes, and like the black aura, but that one when she raised her arms and there was like an explosion of silvery light across.
I love that. That's really cool.
And I love that your mom was like, she's got to know.
And that she was like, I wish you could see that. Yeah. That's cool.
Guys.
Damn.
You made this satanic episode
so wonderful. Much fun. Happy 666.
Yeah. What?
How did I die?
Oh.
It was a little dull.
Damn. Okay, Nicholas.
You know what? Nicholas has high standards, but being from the spirit realm.
And he was like, that was dull. Let's get into some crazy shit. Like, how did I die?
How did I die?
Nicholas, do you know how you died? We'll update you guys. And
damn.
In the meantime, we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you don't tune in to find out how Nicholas died.
Nicholas, how did you die?
How'd you die? I mean, that's not really that creepy. Oh my God.
He will touch you.
He will
touch you.
Bye.
Who will touch you? Who will touch who?
Dad.
Eddie?
Yeah, because
He did. He touched me. He felt like this.
I still
Wait,
hate
Nicholas, did you make that happen?
In the shadow.
That's really metal, and I like it.
it. Yeah.
Do you like Ghost, Nicholas?